So here's the thing. I don't really know what I want to do with this channel. Like, I don't know if I want to do like videos about books or like my funny videos or like talk more about Disney. I don't know. I really like talking about books. Don't know if I want to make that my channel, but I'm also not funny all the time. So I'm struggling. And I don't know if I just want to have a channel all about Disney. So I'll figure it out eventually. Some point in the future. But today's video is gonna be a book haul because my book haul is a very small compared to other people's book hauls, but I don't have a lot of money. And like all of these have been bought within since September. So that's that. Alright, so the first book I have is called Follow Me Back by A.V. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Jieger? I don't know. That's probably way wrong, but I don't actually know very much about this, but I know that lovely like Laura read this book and she really enjoyed it, so I had to buy it. A lot of the times I buy books because she has bought them and or read them and liked them, so yeah. So the next book I have is, it's all sticky, And I Darken by Kirsten White. I'm not the biggest fantasy reader, so picking this up was very unexpected for me, but I really liked the cover and it did sound pretty interesting to me, so I got it. Right, so the next book I have is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. I know that Sasha Alsberg really likes this book. So I decided to pick it up. I've never read anything like this. If you've seen my if you've seen my book recommendation video, you would see that most of the books in there are contemporary books, but I've been trying to read different kinds of genres, especially now that I work at Barnes & Noble. I want to be able to give people more recommendations, so I'm trying to broaden my reading horizons. That being said, it's still a struggle. He murdered women in cold blood. He terrorized an entire city. He taunted those of us who hunted him down. But despite all these horrors, in the end I could not deny it. I was the girl who loved the Ripper. Shook. The next two books I have are poetry books. So the first one is I Love My Love, which I talked about in my books I've recently read video. I think that's the title. This is really good. I think I gave it 5 out of 5 stars or 4 out of 5 stars. On the back it just says, the girl who writes poems about loving too hard and not being loved enough. And I was like, oh, I need it. I only have 3 new releases in this pile of books, which is a lot more than usual for me. I usually don't buy that many new releases because I usually don't have money and have to wait until they come out in paperback because it's less expensive. But this is The Sun and Her Flowers by Ruby Kaur, and I really did enjoy Milk and Honey, but I think I liked this one better. I think I liked this one more. I'm not very good at explaining my thoughts on books, which is why I'm like, why am I gonna talk? Could you be quiet? Oh, 1 second, please. But that's why I'm debating on having a channel talking about books. I might just try and be a comedian. I am very much a comedian, so yeah. But this is really good. If you haven't picked this up, I really recommend it. Again, I don't know that much about poetry, but I thought this was good. So this is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green, And John Green for me is like a hit or miss, like very much so. So I was kind of hesitant picking this up, but I decided to anyways. I haven't read it. I don't really know anything about it, but I don't think I want to because I haven't, well, I do this for most books I read. I like don't read reviews really. I like listen to it and like raps, like, oh, this is what I thought, but I don't really read or like watch in-depth reviews before I read a book because I don't want anyone else's opinions to skew mine. So I have zero clue what this is about, but I heard like everyone was like, oh my god, it's so good, I can't stop thinking about Turtles All the Way Down. And I think I got this like the day after it came out. I'm like excited to read it, but also like nervous because again, John Green is a hit or miss for me. Like some of his books I enjoy and some of them I want to throw across the room. So we'll see what happens with this one. Last book I got on Saturday. Friday? I don't know. It was after I got out of work. I really wanted to buy it. It is Renegades by Marissa Meyer. And again, in my books I've read recently video, I talked about Heartless by Marissa Meyer, which I really, really, really enjoyed. So when I knew she was coming out with a new book, Renegades, I was like, I have to get it. I really, really like the cover. I like the aesthetics of this book. Hopefully I didn't spend money on a hardcover book to not like it. That's why I usually get paperbacks, because I don't feel this bad because it's not as much money. I did use my employee discount though, so like whatever. But this is a Barnes & Noble special edition with behind the scenes content from the author inside. Again, I don't know what this is about. I'm sorry, I'm like shit at this. But it says secret identities, extraordinary powers. She wants vengeance, he wants justice. This is about superheroes because if it is, I'm hooked. I love a good superhero. I'm like disappointed with this because it's like not as pretty as I thought it was gonna be. But if this is about superheroes, I'm super excited, or like superhuman people. That gets me hyped. The Renegades are a syndicate of prodigies, humans with extraordinary abilities who emerged from the ruins of a crumbled society and established peace and order where chaos reigned. As champions of justice, they remain a symbol of hope and courage to everyone except the villains they once overthrew. Nova has a reason to hate the Renegades, and she is on a mission for vengeance. As she gets closer to her target, she meets Adrian, a renegade boy who believes in justice and in Nova, but Nova's allegiance is to a villain who has the power to end them both. Okay, so this is all the books I've bought in the past couple of months. I'm sure there will be more to come, especially because next month is Christmas, and I'm hoping to get at least one book for Christmas. At least one or two. So yeah, this is all the books. Please comment down below what kind of videos you want to see from me. Also, please tell everyone you know to subscribe to my channel. Please, like, I need friends. Like, I need people to talk to. Please follow me on all of my social medias. I have Twitter, I have Instagram, I have Goodreads, I have Tumblr, but I also have Pinterest, but I don't think I put my Pinterest in the description. I think that's it. Yeah, so please subscribe, please be my friend, please follow me on my social medias, and please also tweet my video about Ethan Dolan to Ethan, because I need him to know that I love him. I think that's it. And I will see you guys next Wednesday.